Hello, everybody. It is Katt the Oracle here, and fourth. This is the fourth time that I have been to record this video for Taurus. Okay, so it kind of bugged me because you know once you start channeling, and then you have to stop and start over and stop and start over. It just kind of that's just like trying to tell the same joke. I mean, at least for me, for y'all, you still gonna get the message, but for me, it's kind of draining, and it's also really nerve-wracking. I have to sit and do it multiple times. But it's y'all birthday time, and y'all deserve this. And plus, I do not like the quality of the previous video. Okay, so let's get right into it. Okay, so the overall energy for the month of May, you all have serendipity, the tribe, and by the book. So what this is speaking of is really feeling as though you need or that you're stepping into um it's basically perfect synchronicity. Being in the right place at the right time and really feeling as though you're surrounded by people that understand you, people that like you, whether it be spirits, or whether it be physical people or both. Just feeling as though you're surrounded and that you have the community that you need. But this can only come about um, from you actually just taking the leap of faith and actually doing what it is that you truly and deeply desire. And I say this because leading these cards, you have the serendipity card. And this is a card, as you can see, I don't know if you can see on here. I have my lighting on. It's just my camera quality. I have to work on it. But as you can see better. It's a fairy with a four-leaf clover. You know that song by Merkaba? Pick your four-leaf clover. That song. So what that's basically saying is to follow your gut, follow what feels good, what feels right, what you see that keeps occurring repeatedly. It's not luck, it's synchronicity. That's divine timing, and you want to be in the flow with divine timing. You want to be in sync with that. You want to be in sync with divine timing so you can constantly be right there to step through the door of your blessings when it's necessary. And so, what that will look like, how it will play out, is with you being surrounded by the people you need to be around. And these people will be people to motivate you and help you to really stick to or inspire you to stick to the promises that you've made for yourself or what it is that you are here for, you know. Yes, what it is you're here for. And I say that because of the by the book card. And then the number of that card is 11, which deals with mastery. So walking through those double doors, walking into the promised land. These people will help direct you to that. And whether these people will be short term or long term, it's gonna be definitely be a mix. Some people will just be an inspiration, or some people will just lead you to the people that you really need to be around. So don't feel bad if you meet this really cool, awesome person, and then they tell you about all these wonderful things that they like and that they're doing, and then never hear from them again. You take the information that they gave you and you follow that. You follow that rabbit hole, that four leaf clover. Okay. Because this is all, this is all a part of the process. You are being helped. There is divine guidance here. I can tell you that much. And serendipity card is a wonderful card to see. Okay. Let me put my phone in the background. All right. So, what you have here that could possibly um be a challenge as far as you really following your bliss and following just your good and just really going all out like you want to. What could possibly be a blockage is you trying to hold promises to people and trying to keep a false identity that really isn't for you. Trying to keep promises to people. You know, you you're only one person. You can't do everything. You can't let other people hold you back because of how they think that you should be or how you said that you're gonna be. But you decide to change and you don't want to be that way anymore. You can't let nobody hold you back. You can't restrict yourself either. So, for instance, this is a better example. So, for instance, say you used to hijack cars for people, or if you, the best example is how people are part are part of a gang and they don't want to be in the gang anymore. And once they try to get out, they're like, "Oh no, you're not going to get out of here. You think you're better than us." That type of situation is the type of situation that I'm really feeling here with this reverse three of hearts. So it's not really the heartbreak, it's reverse, it's showing that you're released. So as I was saying previously up in the other recording, that to me this looks more like a crown of blood and tears. You've been there, you felt that you have, it's not necessarily revenge, it's more of a triumphant type of something, type of feeling that you could be radiating or showing, you know. And it may, to some, it may look a little somber, maybe a little like you're going through depression, but it's really an ultimate breakthrough, you know. You're like at the end of the storm, it's finally wearing off. And people may see this, they may see you starting to come out of it and not really have the ability to control you or manipulate. That's what we come down here. When we come down here, this is just a challenge, and this is what's crossing that, you know. Um, and you have people that may try to manipulate you and may try to twist your words around on you, and may try to hold your past against you or hold just outdated promises against you. You know, you can't let that hold you back. Because if you're really about your change and you really have the momentum going forward, then, just leave them in the past. And if it's a situation, something dealing with like owing money, following your bliss is going to bring success. So they just going to have to be put on the back burner and just understand because they know that you're a genuine person. So they're going to have to understand that if there is something that is actually owed to them, that is definitely going to come. To give you a second, you're just coming out of a situation where you didn't really know yourself, and now you have this newfound light, and they're seeing it. They're like, "Oh no, don't jump too quick. You think you the shit now? It this the beginning." All right, so don't let people try to manipulate you out of following your bliss, out of following your dreams, and doing what it is that you really want to do. Because you don't owe anything to anybody. You, was that already showing up there? Did that just pop up? I don't know. But yeah, you don't owe anything to anybody, nor do you owe a certain way of being to anybody. you can be any way you want to be. I mean, even if I'm not gonna say that, but you can be any person you want to be. You don't owe being a certain way to anybody. Okay. Now, moving on to the tribe card. This is what I was speaking about the feeling of connectedness and having a nurturing that nurturing energy and just feeling as though you have a support system. So in order to really reinforce this, what you the card that you all have in this position of reinforcement to reinforce this card right here. The card you all have is the Queen of Pentacles, and that is a beautiful card to see along with this tribe card because that's dealing with the nurturing, loving, motherly energy also of being grounded and constantly being nurtured and supported. Um, so with this showing up, it's really a really really good symbol. So um, whether this means like this will be coming from a grandmother or maybe an older motherly figure. Possibly this could be showing up as you needing to be giving, to be more giving and open and sharing with your resources to those who actually are promoting you or are doing the same things that you're doing to help establish that connection. This also is showing up as and telling what I'm being told is taking care of the basic things that you need because like a mother makes sure her children have a roof over their head, food to eat, water to drink, and are safe. Taking care of your basic needs will help to put you um into into a space of being able to give more, being able to help. Because if you don't have those basic things, then you won't be able to give anything. Then you're gonna be broke down, and you won't really be able to make the connections because you you're gonna be put back. Here go this four of swords. You're gonna be put into rest mode because you're trying to reserve your energy. Because you have a lack of flow of energy. So to ensure that you meet the right people at the right time and really get in the groove and really slide into the community and really actually access that that's that energy of having all you need, having all you should have provided to you. The best thing to do is to take care of the basic fundamentals. Make sure you have all the things that you need taken care of, you know, and then you'll be able to be of more um use. And I don't mean use as in getting used, but you'll really be able to attract to you the people you need to be attracting to you, and you'll have more to provide and to bargain with and to share, and you'll be able to be in the community and show up better, you know, and you won't seem as though you're just there to leech or like somebody needs to like they have to lift you up. Uplift yourself first. Nurture yourself first. And then you will really be met times 10 by your spirits, by your spirit guides, and by the people around you. Okay? And so what you have in a position of, I need some water. What you have in a position of what could possibly interfere with that flow. You have the four swords. And what I was getting for this is being in rest mode. Because four deals with stability. And the swords is kind of, I'm not going to say unstable energy, but it's more of a volatile type of thing. And if you know about volatile gases, if you know a little bit about science, volatile gases are powerful, powerful, but kind of unstable. And that's the kind of energy when I think of, and I don't mean unstable, like, oh, cuckoo all over the place. I just mean like it's a really like fire. If you don't contain that fire, it is going to be highly destructive. So, it needs to be done within a controlled setting or used skillfully, you know, and used with a purpose instead of just activated. So that's what I mean when I say volatile and dealing with this air energy. So, and when we match up the energy of the energetics of that come along with the number 4, which deals with stability and stabilizing with this air energy. So the two possible obstacles that could come in the way of you doing this is going into rest mode and just completely shutting down, boom, 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 just locking down things, and becoming stagnant in your communication and your ideas and not really letting it flow because maybe there's a certain, like I said, certain image you think you should have, a certain way you think you should do things. Don't get caught up in it. Or whether you just trying to keep the peace and just, and not really fully expressing and fully really being yourself at the core. Because when you deal with that Queen of Pentacles energy, be yourself. You have to be yourself. You have to wear that happiness. You have to wear that abundance and that glow and not suppress it. You have to flourish, not be afraid of who's watching. So yeah, the possible obstacle you have here is just like going in a rest mode and not actually really putting anything forth into your ideas. You need to do that. So that's what I was saying about taking care of basic needs. And get your rest also. Get your rest. But don't stress sleep. Don't just sleep because of depression. Then that's when you slip into that rest mode like I was talking about. You don't want to be in rest mode. You want to be in power on. You need to be active right now. You need to be active. So put some structure back to that Queen of Pentacles. Put some structure into your ideas so that you won't become overwhelmed and go into rest mode. You know, into pausing. Like, oh, okay. So give me 1 second. I want to go and get pineapples. Okay, y'all. I got my pineapples. Big old giant thing. I ain't gonna eat this whole thing. Oh, I'm so sorry. I need to get used to this doggone computer because I keep thinking after you pause the video that you're supposed to press the record button again, start recording, but that really stop it. You're supposed to press the pause button again to unpause. Okay? So, anyway, I got my pineapple, so I'm good. Okay, feel it. Mm. 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 Okay, so we're on the last row, my peoples. Mm. Ooh, I cannot stop eating these pineapples. They're so good. Okay, just one more, just one more pineapple. One more pineapple. Mm, mm. Okay. Excuse my rudeness. Now, so what we have on the last row is by the book. Please don't do anything crazy, computer. I'm just gonna leave these notifications alone. For more keep popping up. So I guess I'm doing the right thing. Everybody's uploading stuff right now, and that's what I'm in the process of working on. So okay. So what we have here on the last row is the card by the book, and this is the card that I was saying that deals with mastery and just coming into balance with things, because the number of this card is 11, and that's the number that is associated with mastery and higher thinking, school of thought, and stuff like that. And also look like two doors, so you walking into the door of scholarly, or just through the door of life, really becoming a student of life now, really actually taking a journey to understand yourself and things around you, and how you are connected to it, and how you can work with that and not be a victim of life, or not just be a victim of, oh, it's just life, life happens, but be more so a navigator of the ship. And when you come to obstacles and challenges, of being able to know how to rise above it, and to be able to be in control of yourself rather than trying to be in control of the situation. Because if you control yourself, then the situation is most likely going to turn out, um, in your favor, because you'll be able to think, you'll be able to be open to receive the messages that are coming to you, and to take the next necessary action. Even if it is an action that is something that you really don't want, um, you'll be able to be in tune with that balance, with that my eye. And people think that being in balance means being like a pacifist. Oh no, baby, being in balance means love and war. You know, mm, whichever is necessary at the moment. But yeah, and this card also speaks with going in order. So whatever you're doing, there's levels to it, and you're definitely gonna climb up each ladder until you reach the top, which is symbolic of the crown chakra. Um, you know, or the third eye, crown, third eye, either one, whichever one. Well, I say really the third eye, because that's when you're considered to be awakened, and then boom, your crown chakra radiates and stuff. Um, and also when I look at this number and this card, I think of my aunt. I think of my aunt. Because my aunt, her number is actually 7, if I'm not mistaken. But my aunt deals with balance, deals with like universal timing, divine timing, and being in tune, deals with harmony. And so this card has more of a cooling energy with it. So this is a more a slow and steady type of thing. So even though you're taking this leap of faith, these things are going to be coming to you gradually, spontaneously, here and there. And it may be every day. It may be once or twice a week. It may be indirectly. But these things, and it's going to flow. I don't want to use the word spontaneously. It's going to flow. These things are going to flow. So what may be spontaneous is you taking a leap of faith, but your intentions and the direction that you're jumping in it's excuse me, redirecting you. Please excuse me for that. It's redirecting you back into that stream that you need to be in. So you just make sure that you, whatever it is that you want, make sure you kind of understand what it takes to do it, because this is going to be a process. You're going to be going through different levels. You're going to be evolving. So understand, even if you don't think you're ready, you're ready. Because when you jumped, you signify that you was ready. So you're really ready. It's just, that's just a feeling that arises. Um, that's that friction that arises when you're pushing against the grain. So yeah, slow and steady. And to confirm that slow and steady, you have the Knight of Pentacles here. So whatever this is definitely going to bring forth great abundance. And Knight of Pentacles to me is more like a mature energy. And he comes forth bearing the fruit. He bears the coin. Um, that he's worked so hard for, that he's made through all of these physical things, illnesses, losing homes, losing cars, losing friends, possibly losing the self, because the Merkaba, the star, as you see on the Pentacles, um, the Merkaba is represented represented by a star. The head and the arms and the blah 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 spirit and the heart. Like the Star of David and all that. Um, that's represented by a 5-pointed star. So after definitely coming through a lot, like I said, that's that process. But it's gonna be a grounding process, more so of you like digging your roots in. After going through the elevation, after going through the process, the evolution, then you're definitely going to come forth bearing a whole lot. There's going to be evidence of what you're doing. So don't give up. You keep holding it. Don't you drop it from beginning to end. Don't you dare drop it. You keep that resiliency about you. Keep that resiliency, because that is what's getting you through everything. This what I'm doing, y'all. If you want to know. You hear me smacking because it's juicy. So, what you have in position of, and I thought this was a little rather odd, because this is such a beautiful card to come up in a position of a challenge. And I was like, what? But once I got out of my head and I really just sat and allowed, allowed it to come to me what it's saying, you all have the star card in this position. So the possible challenge you have here is maybe being too dreamy and really missing your blessings because you expect it to look a certain way. Because you expect it to look so divine or something and so magical, like, oh, she's telling me this is gonna happen, and I'm jumping and leaping for my goals, and I'm walking through the door of self-mastery. It's not gonna always look all airy-fairy. It may be something as simple as you see somebody's business card sitting on the counter that they may have accidentally left behind. And that's the magical part. That accident, which is extra synchronicity that occurred in order for you to, to come across this business or whatever, and get in contact with them. But it's not going to always look so beautiful as you may think it may look. And some of this rooting and this evolution may be a result of sorrow or a pain that was experienced. Blessings show up in many, many ways. A lot of the blessings you receive are going to be physical, blessings. I say that because of the pinnacle energy that's here, and that just really grounding energy. Then you have, but yeah, a lot of the blessings are gonna be physical blessings, like physical, tangible things. I mean, so yeah, and failure to voice what it is that you're wanting out of life, that you're wanting to come to you, that you're wanting to attract. Failure to voice that can just leave you with attracting anything, with you just being open and naive, like, oh wow, like I was saying, you thinking things are gonna be airy fairy and all type of things blowing your way because you clearly got the little green light shining on your head. Like, come get me. I'm full of so much energy to be leached off of. You don't want to be that way. So voice what it is that you're desiring and watch the levels unfold. Watch yourself go through those levels. And don't be afraid and dig your feet in and and you will develop that resiliency. You know? And then there'll be more and more um and then it's gonna be happening to so much to the point that it don't even feel like it's just coincidence because that's what you're supposed to be doing. So you just say your thanks. Don't get the big head. Just say your thanks when you come into a great situation. Say thank you. Keep going. Because that's how it's supposed to be. Good things are supposed to happen. You know? Okay, but don't, like I said, don't get so airy fairy. Understand that blessings do come from sorrows and from disappointments. Um, but that's not sorrows and disappointments. Um, are not, how I say it. Not, it's, they are a part of life, but it's not what you should look forward to. Don't just automatically assume, oh yeah, well, bad things just happen anyway, so it don't really matter. That's just life. No, Okay, expect for the best. Expect for the best, but what you already bought the book and Night of Pentacles, what you already having the foresight and your plan and your vision, what you already having in hand, it can help better prepare you. So expect the best until the worst or something that's not the best happen. You can still recalibrate. Because if you're just sitting and you're hoping for the worst, expecting the worst to happen, then you're not gonna ever see the best. You know? So alright. That is the rest of your reading, my Tauruses. Happy birthday to you all whose birthday was around the end of April, whose birthday is now, and whose birthday is next week. And all that jazz. I am back open for readings. I am on Instagram now under Hi Katt. That's HIII_KATT. I'm gonna y'all, if you know my old Facebook information, of course you go look at that just to kind of see, just to look and see. I do have my updated prices on there. So if you want to go look and see prices or something, mm, you can do that. But like I said, it's not really active. So definitely do not message me via Facebook. Message me through my Yahoo email. All information is going to be down below in the description box. Okay. Thank you so much. Again, happy birthday. Y'all, this is not a race. Take it slow and steady. And taking it slow and steady will allow you to really see and have clear vision and really be in tune with that synchronization. Because if you get too volatile, then you won't be. I mean, if you're dealing with this energy, you gotta ground that energy. You gotta direct it. Dealing with a lot of energy, and you jetting out, and you taking a new step. You're doing so bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, but you have to direct that correctly and really set your intentions. Okay, so I guess that was the message of the Taurus new moon also, because this message is hitting me deep in the core of my soul. Okay, so I love you all. Mother is with you. You all have all the help and assistance that you need. And may all your endeavors be fruitful. Peace.